Last Tuesday, I accidentally overheard my daughter trying to sell my house over the phone, and honestly, for several seconds, I truly believed my own family was preparing to abandon me. My name is Leonard. I'm 79 years old, and I've lived in the same house for 46 years. Every wall inside this place carries memories. My wife painting the kitchen yellow, my sons carving initials into the garage door frame, Christmas mornings beside the fireplace. Even after my wife passed away 8 years ago, I refused leaving this house because honestly, it still felt like the only place where part of her remained alive. My daughter Claire understood that better than anyone. At least, I thought she did. After my hip surgery last year, Claire started visiting more often, helping with groceries, doctor appointments, bills. At first, I appreciated everything, but eventually, small comments started bothering me. This staircase isn't safe anymore, Dad. The yard is becoming too much work. Maybe you should think about somewhere smaller. I always changed the subject immediately, because deep down, I knew what she was suggesting. Leaving this house felt like erasing my entire life. Then, last Tuesday evening, everything changed. I woke up from a nap, hearing Claire talking quietly in the kitchen. At first, I ignored it until I heard one sentence clearly through the hallway. The house should sell quickly in this market. I froze instantly. Then slowly, I moved closer without making noise. Claire sounded stressed, fast talking, papers shuffling around. Then I heard another sentence that made my chest tighten. He still doesn't know yet. Honestly, those 6 words hurt more than I can explain, because suddenly, every fear older people carry quietly inside themselves came rushing forward at once, becoming dependent, losing control, being treated like a problem needing solved. Then Claire continued speaking into the phone. If everything goes through, we can probably move him before winter. Move me like furniture, like some fragile object nobody wanted responsibility for anymore. I stepped back toward the hallway before she noticed me listening. My hands were shaking so badly I almost dropped my cane. That night, I barely spoke during dinner. Claire noticed immediately, asked whether I felt okay. I lied and said I was tired. But honestly, my mind kept replaying the conversation over and over, especially one detail. She never once sounded emotional, only practical, like this decision had already been made without me. After she left that evening, I walked slowly through every room inside the house. Living room, garage, backyard swing, my wife loved. And for the first time in years, the place suddenly felt temporary, like I was already disappearing from it. Then later that night, while searching for pain medication in the kitchen drawer, I accidentally found something unexpected under a pile of unopened mail. A printed document, real estate paperwork. My heart dropped immediately. At the top of the page, my house address, and near the bottom, a handwritten note in Claire's writing. Dad cannot see this yet. I sat there at the kitchen table staring at those words for almost an hour, because honestly, I didn't know what hurt more. The possibility of losing my home or realizing my daughter believed hiding it from me was somehow kindness. Then, just before midnight, my phone suddenly rang. Claire's name appeared on the screen again. At first, I considered ignoring it, but the moment I answered, I immediately heard panic in her voice. "Dad, are you home right now?" Something about the fear in her tone made my stomach drop instantly. Then she whispered words that changed everything. "The hospital just called me about your test results." The moment Claire mentioned hospital test results, all my anger disappeared instantly. Only fear remained. I gripped the kitchen counter tightly while asking, "What test results?" Claire sounded breathless on the phone. "Dad, I'm coming over right now." Then she hung up. That terrified me more than anything. Because when doctors say something serious, family members stop explaining things over the phone. 20 minutes later, Claire rushed into the house, still wearing her work coat. Her eyes looked red, like she'd already been crying. For a second, neither of us spoke. Then quietly, she placed a hospital envelope on the kitchen table. "The doctors found something during your scans. I honestly expected cancer." At my age, your mind automatically prepares for the worst. But Claire quickly explained, after my recent falls and memory lapses, the hospital ordered additional neurological testing. And according to the specialist, I was showing early symptoms of vascular dementia. Not severe yet, but enough progression that living completely alone could become dangerous within the next year. I sat there silently to try and absorb the words, because suddenly all those forgotten appointments, misplaced keys, missed medications, they weren't random aging anymore. They were warning signs. Claire finally sat across from me and admitted the truth. The real estate paperwork was hers, but not because she wanted throwing me away. She explained that she'd secretly been preparing options before winter in case my condition worsened quickly. Safer housing, a downstairs apartment near her family, possible in-home care. And according to her, she hid everything because she was terrified I'd refuse discussing it. Honestly, she wasn't wrong. I probably would have. Then Claire looked around the kitchen quietly before whispering, "I know how much this house means to you." Her voice cracked immediately afterward. "But I'm scared one day they'll call me too late." Hearing that changed something inside me, because for the first time, I stopped seeing her actions as betrayal and started seeing them as fear. Fear of losing another parent slowly. Then Claire admitted something else. A few weeks earlier, one of my neighbors found me outside at 2 a.m. confused about what street I lived on. I barely remembered that night. According to Claire, that was the moment she realized things were becoming serious. The room fell completely silent after that. Then quietly, I asked her the question hurting me most. "Why didn't you trust me enough to tell me directly?" Claire immediately started crying. Not polite tears, real emotional exhaustion. Because according to her, every attempt discussing aging or safety ended with me shutting down completely. And honestly, she was right again. I spent so much time protecting my independence that I accidentally pushed away the people trying to protect me. Then something unexpected happened. Claire opened her purse and removed another document. Not real estate papers this time. Architect sketches, renovation plans, wheelchair ramps, bathroom safety rails, a downstairs bedroom conversion. I looked at her confused. Then softly she explained, "The house wasn't supposed to be sold immediately." According to Claire, she originally wanted modifying the house first so I could stay longer safely. But renovation costs were enormous. And after discussing possibilities with doctors, they weren't sure how quickly my condition might progress. Suddenly, the sentence, "move him before winter," sounded different in my head. Not cold, not selfish, urgent. Then Claire quietly confessed something heartbreaking. Every night before sleeping, she worried her phone would ring with terrible news. A fall, a fire, me wandering outside confused again. And according to her, living with that fear every day was slowly destroying her emotionally. Honestly, hearing that hurt more than the diagnosis itself, because my daughter wasn't preparing to get rid of me. She was desperately trying to save me while still respecting my dignity somehow. Then late that evening, after hours of difficult conversation, Claire suddenly asked softly, "Dad, what do you actually want?" Nobody had asked me that directly before. Not doctors, not family, just instructions, warnings, plans. But honestly, I didn't fully know the answer myself anymore. Part of me wanted staying inside this house forever. The other part feared becoming a danger to myself. Then, while staring around the kitchen, my eyes landed on something near the refrigerator, an old photograph. My wife smiling beside our garden years ago, and suddenly I remembered something she once told me after her own father became ill. Home isn't the building, it's the people still waiting for you inside it. That memory hit me harder than expected, because deep down, I already knew something important. The house was not truly what I feared losing. It was identity, control, the life I used to recognize. Then just before Claire left that night, she whispered something quietly near the front door. If Mom were here, she'd probably know exactly what to do. Honestly, for the first time in years, I wished the same thing. After Claire left that night, I stayed awake sitting in the living room until sunrise. No television, no music, just silence and old memories. I kept staring around the house, trying to imagine leaving it. The staircase where my sons used slide-down laundry baskets. The dining table my wife insisted was too expensive before buying anyway. The backyard swing still moving slightly during windy nights. Every corner carried pieces of a life that no longer existed the same way. And honestly, that was the hardest realization of all. I wasn't a small guest house renovation behind her family's home. Private entrance, small kitchen, my own living space. Close enough for safety, far enough for independence. Apparently, she and her husband had been discussing it secretly for months. Saving money, meeting contractors, trying to figure out whether it was even possible financially. I stared at the renovation pictures quietly for a long time. Then finally, asked the question sitting heavily in my chest. Wouldn't that become a burden eventually? Claire looked genuinely shocked hearing that. Then softly she answered, "You spent your whole life making us feel safe. Why would caring for you become a burden now?" Honestly, I had no response after that, because somewhere along the way, I started viewing aging like shame instead of reality. The construction took nearly 3 months. During that time, I slowly packed pieces of my life into boxes. And surprisingly, the process hurt less than expected. Not because the memories disappeared, because I realized I was carrying them with me anyway. Then moving day finally arrived. I thought I'd break down locking the front door for the last time. Instead, I simply stood there quietly touching the old wooden frame. 46 years inside one house. Entire lifetimes happened there. Then Claire suddenly handed me something small before we left, an old brass key. The buyers agreed you can visit any time. That nearly shattered me emotionally, because suddenly the house no longer felt stolen away from me, just passed forward gently. The guest house behind Claire's home turned out smaller than my old place, but honestly, it never felt empty. Grandchildren constantly knocking on the door, family dinners only steps away, noise, laughter, life again. Then one evening, several months later, while sitting outside, watching my youngest grandson ride his bicycle badly across the driveway, Claire sat beside me quietly. After a long silence, she finally admitted something. The reason she hid everything originally wasn't manipulation. It was fear. Fear that I would hate her for forcing change into my life. I looked toward my grandchildren laughing near the backyard, then softly answered, "I think I was mostly angry because I already knew you were right." Claire smiled sadly after hearing that, and honestly, so did I, because growing older teaches painful lessons sometimes. Not every loss is cruel. Some changes arrive because people love you enough to refuse losing you. And eventually, I realized something important. I didn't lose my home. I simply moved closer to the people who still made life feel like home in the first place.